I would like to also tell you the story about myself very quickly. I mean, I am 53, so I would have to have a lot of time to tell you about my story, but I'm going to try to make it short. Many years ago, I was working for a Brazilian construction company, and I worked for 18 years in this Brazilian construction company. And I remember that back then, back in the 80s and 90s, early 90s, we didn't have the job title as project manager. I was just called manager. But what I do, or I mean what I did in the past was exactly project management. I was responsible for delivering products, and I was responsible for delivering services in time, quality, cost, exactly just like a project. The problem is, back then, I didn't have any problem with quality. I mean, I was able to deliver quality products and services, but I could never deliver a project under time and under budget. I was always running late, and I was always spending much more than I had planned. This was something that was really very common with me in the 80s and in the 90s. And back then I didn't know PMI, I didn't know the PMP guide, anything. I was just a manager and I had duties to do. I didn't know that it was projects that I was doing. And, but I was always asking myself, what is wrong? I mean, why can I never finish my projects in time, or what I have to do in time? Why am I always spending more money than the money that they gave me? At the end, the clients were happy because I was able to deliver a good product, but until I delivered the product, they were very angry with me because I was always late, I was always over budget. And I remember that I had to leave this organization because of a health issue that I had in my family, and they changed the headquarters to another city in Brazil, and I couldn't move because of the health issues of my family. So when I left this construction company, then I decided to, okay, now I have to understand the reasons why I am always running late and the reason why I'm always over budget. That's why when I knew PMI, when I got to know PMI, and ever since I started involving myself with PMI, and a few years later I became a PMI member, and then I started to volunteer for PMI. Back in 2003 was my first volunteer experience. And ever since, PMI has become really my family, and I really mean it. PMI has become my family. Everything that I do, I'm always finding time to do something for PMI as well, as a volunteer. So I have participated in so many different types of projects. And one, for example, that I'm really proud of is in Brazil, I taught project management to high school kids. For over 600 high school kids, I taught the basics of project management. And this was really very rewarding for me, because at the end of the course, so many students came to me and they told me that they had chosen their career because of that basic introductory course on project management. They decided that they wanted to be project managers in the future. And that is something that, for me, it made a huge difference. So I was always involved in PMI. PMI has always helped me. And this is why I continue to volunteer for PMI, because it is something that we do, we gain, and we have to give back to the community. So I have participated in the translation of the PMP guide. The PMP guide is it's PMBOK. It's Project Management Body of Knowledge. It's a book, around 500 pages. It's not a methodology. It is just a book that contains best practices in project management. It does not tell you how to do, but it tells you what you should be doing. And it's very famous in the world of project management. So I was involved in the translation verification for the Portuguese language of the PMP guide. I have also participated in the exam like creating questions for the PMP exam, which is one of our certifications, the most famous one, I have to say. And I have also participated in many other PMI initiatives. So there are a lot of opportunities out there for us who really want to embrace this project management as a profession. There are a lot of opportunities out there that we can volunteer, not only locally here at the chapter level, but also on the GOC level, which is PMI headquarters in Philadelphia. And all of the projects, we use best practices in project management. So we are not only helping the community, but we are also learning new things and sharing knowledge with other people who love the profession as well. And I also would like to mention that this thing about capacity building, it is so important. And capacity building has to do with sustainability. And sustainability is something that we are hearing more and more in the media, and not only about project management, but in also other areas of expertise as well. People are talking about how can we be sustainable, how can we be sustainable, how can we... And then if we talk about sustainable projects, us, our career, our profession, what does it mean, a sustainable project? Try to think a little bit, what does it mean? Deliver a project that is sustainable. It means a lot of things, actually. It means we not only plan the project thinking about sustainability, so the whole project management piece that we do for the project, it has to use sustainable practices. So for example, if we are planning a new project, I participated in one project in Angola back in 2007, 8, and 9 for the national oil state company, Sonangol. Sorry. And we were implementing a few sustainability aspects into the project. So things like we have the local contractors that we would need to use for this. It's the construction of an oil refinery in the south of Angola. And in the south of Angola, the local contractors don't have capacity, the full capacity that we need in the project to help deliver the project, to help deliver the products and services that we will be purchasing from them, outsourcing them to use. So what did we have to do? As a project, we had to also consider in the planning a special phase where we would be building capacity in the local contractors as well, in order for them to be ready in the future to provide services and products. This is something that we do for the United Nations all the time. The mission of the United Nations is to serve people in need. So for every project that we do, we try to embed sustainable practices as well. Not only through the project planning and execution, like building capacity in local contractors, paying attention also to gender equality. So whenever we are trying to hire project managers or project team members, etc., we always try to make a balance of gender, men and women, the most balanced way possible, right? Things about using environmental friendly approaches as well to the project. So this during the project phase, but we have to also consider the after the project phase. When we have finished the product, we have delivered the product or service, and we have just to go. Whatever we have delivered has to be sustained afterwards. So using practices that help the local communities be able to sustain themselves. This is what sustainability is about. It's about helping today, helping address a need today without compromising the ability of these local people, of the local community, to help themselves in the future. It's about this continuity. So that's why I think that this Congress is extremely important, the subject matter, building capacity, We will talk a little bit more about it in a session in a couple of hours, 11 p.m. Not p.m., 11 a.m. I'm still in Mali time, sorry. And so we're going to go a little bit deeper into this in the other session. But I would like to say and congratulate you guys for choosing this topic, which is extremely important. So thank you again, and I wish you the best conference possible. Thank you.